Hi there, Michael Brodeur again from Pastor's Coach, and I'm excited to be with you again as we begin this journey to look into the major challenges that you're facing as a church and help you begin to develop a culture of solutions. Because ultimately, any challenge that we have is able to be addressed by the proper sort of scriptures, principles, the proper passion in your people, the proper plan to move ahead. See, I believe that each one of our challenges are just an opportunity to grow. And so we're going to help you grow. And one of the main things we want to do is by helping you begin to build a concrete plan to provide solutions to the issue you're dealing with. So what we want to say is that the top 3 areas, we want to invite you to watch the videos that correspond to these. Now you'll see exactly where those videos are placed in the content that we're sending to you. And then you'll be able to access those very specifically. Okay, but I also recommend that if you want a little bit more understanding, each of your videos that you'll be looking at fit under a theme. And under that theme, there's 4 other videos that correspond. And so you can actually get a broader sense. In fact, there's even an intro video. So there's 5 videos apart from the specific video that we're asking you to listen to. So every theme has an introduction video, 10 minutes or so, and then it has 5 specific videos. We're encouraging you to listen to all of those if you have the time, because they will give you a big picture of how to begin to solve the problems that you're facing in that particular area. Now, the next thing we're going to be is supplying a written worksheet that will help you to begin to outline a ministry proposal. Okay, like let's say we're really having a hard time connecting with our families. Okay, well, maybe you need to raise up a family pastor. Okay, now how would you begin to do that? And how would you begin to walk towards that? Or let's say we haven't done many baptisms this last year and we're really concerned about that. We want to actually strengthen our evangelism ministry. Or gosh, you know, we have all these amazing, talented leaders in our midst, but we're not really welcoming them or recruiting them into service in our church in a powerful way. How can we remedy that problem? See, every single problem begins, or the solution begins with a proposal. So I want to encourage you to write a proposal according to the template and the outline we're going to give you, and I think that'll help to get you started. But once you have your proposal in mind, where I think we're going, how we think we solve this problem, the next step to that entire situation, once you've done sort of our strategic planning tool, the next step is to actually begin to think in terms of the team or the leader that you want to appoint to help solve this problem. Okay, so there's a set of steps that we're going to be going through to actually locate and train that leader. Okay, and this is loosely based on a system of understanding that John Wimber had put together, and I was originally trained in 1984 when I worked with John Wimber during that time for the next 15 years. And he had a simple acrostic that he would use. It was called IRTDMN. Now we have adjusted that a little bit, but we basically kept the same steps. The first is identify, recruit, train, deploy, monitor, and nurture. Now we've condensed that a little bit, but each of those steps is crucial to releasing the team that you want to release. Okay, and so the first thing we're going to talk about today is the issue of identify. Now you, hopefully as a pastor, know pretty much everybody in your church, or you're getting to know them in a deeper way. And part of what you want to do is you want to look at the problem that you're seeking to address, whether it's evangelistically or pastorally, or maybe there's a discipleship issue in your church. Whatever the problem is, a youth pastor issue or a children's church pastor. See, you want to be able to address that by locating the right person, first of all. So identify is the initial step. How do I identify the leader that God wants me to find? Okay, the first step I would say in identifying is prayer. If you could just pray and say, Father, is there anyone on your heart that you feel like is most suited for this? And allow the Lord to speak to you in that prayer process. I think that's the first unmistakable, important step to take. Father, who do you have in mind for this role? Okay, the second thing you want to do is you want to be able to go to them and just kind of measure their, or at least get a sense of their availability. See, one of the things that we've talked about in the past is that we want to attract fat people, people that are faithful, available, and teachable. And those are the 3 minimal qualifications of any leadership position that I see. And that's part of the identification process. Are they faithful? Have they proven themselves in the past to be able to carry out any commitment they make? Because if not, then it's going to be difficult working with them. However, if they have, then you have the ability to actually identify those individuals. Okay, are they faithful? The second was, are they available? Because some people are so tapped out, even though they're incredibly gifted or talented in different ways, I can't really recruit them because they're just so busy in so many other areas. So I want to talk about availability. And then finally, the issue of teachable. Are they teachable? Can I interact with them? That's one of the key questions I ask anybody when I begin the recruiting process is, do I have permission to speak into your life? Because I know that if I don't, then it's a train wreck waiting to happen. Because even if they are excited and faithful and available and they come into the position, they start working hard, if we ever come into disagreement, I won't have access to be able to build the kind of relationship with them that will cause them to be, in a sense, influenced by my decision as the primary leader. So I really want you to assess those three things. Is the person teachable? Are they available? And are they faithful? But then once you've identified that and you've pretty much gotten a sense that they also have a gift mix that would align with the task you're asking them to fulfill. And then the third thing on that is that you really want to make sure that, that the things you're asking them to do are things that make them come alive. Okay, so if you get a pretty good sense that they're the right person from asking all these questions, then I would say the next step is to go to recruit them. Okay, so identifying them is first and essential. We begin with prayer, we begin with an assessment of where they're at, and we assess also their gift mix and their passions to figure out if they're the right person. Then we begin the recruiting process. So we'll stop there. We're going to go to the second video next week, and we'll talk about the recruiting process. So God bless you, and I hope you have a fun time identifying those people that are going to help you build your church forward.